Hello and welcome to this vlog. My name is Becca if you're new here, but it is so funny because today actually is Thursday and my last week's video is coming out in like an hour, and in it I talk all about how I'm not really interested in Costco. I'm not really keen on going. I mean, I wanted to go, but it's also just like I'm not gonna like buy a membership and go out of my way to go there. We're about to go there right now. Only because we have a friend who has a card and she looks pretty similar to me, so we're gonna try to just sneak in and just, I don't know, we're just both really curious to go check it out and see how similar it is to the one in the States and like see how they do it here in another country. And also Billy really wants a Costco pizza, so hopefully that's the same. Because I don't know how it is here, but the one in the States, they put so much cheese on it. I think it's kind of a gross amount of cheese, personally. But he loves it and he thinks it's the best thing in the world. Yeah, we're actually gonna go to Costco and go check that out. I just had a very stressful week with our sweet, dear little toddler. We have been to the children's emergency room twice in the span of 1 week, so I'll tell all that story later. I think I'm gonna vlog today, and then the next day I'm gonna vlog is actually gonna be Halloween because that's coming up on Monday. Anyways, that's all I got for right now. Let's go to Costco. This feels exactly like the Costco in the US. It's actually kind of fun because I feel like it's a pretty good mix of New Zealand and American stuff.
I'm missing your face, but
problem with Costco is you just realize that you need so many things that you never needed before in your life. I'm interested to see what we end up with. But like Billy just went over to the raviolis and was like, we should have raviolis for dinner, until he saw how expensive they were for how many there were. But anyway. So much.
Oh no, that's probably actually so much cheese.
That was absolute insanity. It is so dark in our car. We would be sitting there eating it at the place, but there were so many people. We just got our food finally and ran. Oh, it is like a zoo in there. Like trying to walk through all the people. And a french fry, you little gremlin back there. Well, we thought this was a kind of safe time because it's Thursday in the middle of the day. Like I can't imagine coming like after work hours or on a weekend or something. You wouldn't be able to walk. You'd just get clogged up in there. It's also a little bit insane to me how similar actually it is to the American one. Like there were so many products that brought me back to our time in the US. Look at how big this is. Like
it's enormous. They're this big in the States, but
and then if you can see the amount of cheese on that thing. Chaos. Pure chaos. Anyways, yeah, it's my favorite thing to buggy watch, and so it's just fascinating to go and watch what people buy, because everybody falls into the trap of getting a bunch of goodies and fun stuff that they didn't need. We ended up with a big pallet of like tomato sauce because we use a lot of tomatoes in just our everyday cooking, so that was okay. A bag of mesclun mix because I was surprised that it was like $5.50, and it's like more than that for a quarter size of that bag in Countdown. So we got that and I'm really excited. And then what else did we get? Billy got some new undies. And then a bag of chips, which is great because William ate them and it kept him complacent while we waited for our pizza. Anyways, it was fun. Definitely not going to get a membership there. We got home from Costco and then I actually just kind of fell asleep on the couch. It was so nice. That hasn't happened in a long time. Story time real fast. This last week has just been insane. I always get a little like weird about what I feel like I should and shouldn't share about William. I do feel okay telling the story, at least the short and condensed version. Anyways, so last Sunday, he came down with this like cough in the morning. It was really mild. And then by 6 o'clock, he was sounding pretty bad. Like he was just having a really hard time breathing. So I was like, we should probably go to urgent care because it was Sunday. The next day was Monday, which was actually a holiday. And so I was like, we can't even just take him to the GP. So we went into urgent care and he was having such a hard time breathing and he was coughing so much. He threw up all over me in the lobby, like as I'm standing at reception trying to get help. So yeah, we get back into a room. He also threw up all over me again while we were in that room. And it wasn't from anything like stomach bug related. It was just because he was having such a hard time breathing. The doctor there gives him an inhaler and kind of sends us on the way. It's like, oh, here, take this. He'll be fine. It's just a virus. Anyway, so we went and got the inhalers and stuff and then went home. An hour later, it was his bedtime. So I was like trying to put him in bed. He's starting to sound really bad again. So he was like grunting at the beginning of every breath. And he had this like really wheezy, rattly sound at the end of the breath. And he was just really having a hard time. I don't know anything about inhalers. I don't have any sort of family or myself with asthma. So no experience. And with most medicines, if a doctor tells you like, oh, take this every 4 hours, you have to take it every 4 hours. Like, you shouldn't really take it before then. It can cause toxicity problems and, like, be lethal. Anyways, he was sounding so bad, and I was like, well, I guess we can give him some more inhaler. So we did, even though I felt bad and unsure about it. He fell asleep, and then 2 hours later, he woke up and was just totally, like, incoherent, inconsolable, doing, like, the strangest things, and it freaked me out so bad that I was crying. And so I was like, Billy, we're going to the emergency room. I was debating on calling an ambulance, and also at this point, he wouldn't stop throwing up. Like, he threw up all over himself, changed him, threw up all over that outfit. He threw up in the car ride over to the hospital. And it wasn't even like from the cough at this point, he was just trying to breathe. I was really freaked out. And so we got in and they like took us right back and we stayed the whole night in the hospital. But he's much better now. We have all the stuff so that if this ever happens again, he is covered. So that was Sunday. And then this morning was another trip to the ER, which I'm just like, how? I feel like maybe this is wrong, but I feel like I didn't go to the hospital once my whole childhood. And here we are. This is his third trip to the ER. And I'm just sitting here like so happy that Starship and all medical stuff for children is completely free. And so this morning we like sat down for breakfast and I was like, oh, I need to get my iron pill. And so I like pop it out of the little sleeve of tablets and he got to it before I did. And he ate it and I was like, Billy, I'm pretty sure this is like toxic for children. And so I'm sitting there Googling it and the box says it's 200 milligrams. And according to that, it's like a lethal dose. So I start freaking out again and like Billy tried to make him throw it up and he wouldn't and it was not coming out. And we like tried all the things. Anyway, so we rushed over there just to sit in the lobby for an hour. And then they brought us back and they're like, oh, it's actually not the like milligrams on the box. It's the elemental iron in the pill or something like that. And so she's like, I'm not even worried at all about this. I was just like, oh my gosh, thank you. Because I was worried it would be a whole nother day stuck in the hospital, like getting his stomach pumped or something. So that was really scary. Also good to know for any pregnant women out there, if your toddler gets one of your iron pills, it won't kill them. I just feel like such an idiot. We can't leave New Zealand. How will we ever afford healthcare? No, but yeah, I'm actually pretty excited because Monday's Halloween. And last year we were here for Halloween, but it was canceled because of COVID. We didn't do anything. Plus William was so little, he wouldn't have cared or known what was going on anyways. Yeah, it is like 2 days before Halloween and I still don't have a costume for any of us. But I'm gonna try to go get one tomorrow somewhere. I think it'll be so fun to actually like walk around the street with him and try to get some candy and go knock on some doors. Anyways, kids are fun. Kids are scary. Kids need to stop almost dying. Hello, it's a new day. So today's Saturday. We're actually going down. There's a street festival going on just kind of a few blocks away. Billy went to a Halloween party last night and he shaved down to a mustache. He was like 5 different people that have mustaches. I don't know. Confusing times. We're gonna go check this out. Hopefully it's fun. And hopefully we don't get rained on.
Okay. No, no. Here, you want buttons?
Throw it.
Come on now, middle of the road, yeah.
was so fun. We're actually heading back home now. I'm glad that we got out and went to it. We spent a lot more time there than I thought that we were going to actually. So beautiful. Here I am in all my glamour. I couldn't find my other hat, so I put on this free one, but I got. But we're out doing just a spot of gardening. I have all my seedlings that I planted and they're ready to be transplanted, but I don't have enough room. This is always my problem with gardening, is that I have all of these little guys and they just take up so much more room, especially zucchini plants. They just overtake, because that was my big mistake last summer, trying to be a little bit more judicious with where and how I plant things. Also, I don't know that gardening is going to be my biggest priority this summer, so I don't know. We're just doing a bit of work, see what happens. I planted a bunch of New Zealand spinach when we first got here because I thought that was a thing. It's not a thing. We don't really eat it, and it's just kind of like,
it didn't grow.
It grew really big. So now Billy is just harvesting it. We're just gonna get rid of it so we can have space. Yeah, I have some zucchini plants, cucumbers, tomatoes, and beans. So I'm gonna get all those planted. And then I also think I have some seeds for some capsicum, which I did not plant before. I tried to do those last summer. They did not turn out at all, so I'm just not that enthused by them. It is a little hot outside. We got it done. It's so much spinach. That's great. Still definitely not the most beautiful thing, but I'm happy. Also, great news. We actually finally just got a heat pump now that winter is officially over and it's really hot outside. They also gave us the gift of a hole in our ceiling. It's really fun. Okay, it's Halloween. Here we are. It's like 5:30 and we're just getting ready to go. And what does this little one do? Which, I mean, I'm actually pretty happy about because I think it would have been a little traumatizing for all three of us to try to go out with him being so tired because he went to kindy all day and those are just really big days for him. He just plays too much and too hard. Yeah, I'm so excited. First of all, free candy. This is the whole reason that you have children, is to eat all of their good candy when they're not watching. And the only other thing I have to say on this topic is that I'm so bad at holidays. I hate it. It's not my best quality. So last night I was like, Billy, we gotta go out and get something, some kind of costume for him because we can't do nothing. And so, like, I had checked a couple places, to be fair, and there was just nothing. Like, everything was either sold out or they just didn't have anything that would have worked for him. Anyway, so we went to Looks Sharp last night, which is like a party store, and Billy was like, oh, I heard there's good stuff there. And so we went and we found this really dumb little cheap ghost, like, just kind of a throw over thing for William. He hates it. He refuses to put it on. We'll try again when he's awake and see if he'll wear it. And I got this $3 giraffe set, but it's so stupid. I'm wearing a brown shirt, some black leggings, and it comes with this tail that I cannot for the life of me figure out how to attach. So I don't know if I'm going to use that. And then it comes with this little bow tie. Anyways, this might be it. This might be all we're doing. And then Billy, would you care to explain?
Maybe.
Here, take your glasses off. Who are you?
Anyone. Whoever you want me to be.
Oh my gosh.
A father of two.
Every time he says it, he says he's something different. There's like 5 different things he cycles through. So there's Ted Lasso. There's father of 2. There's Ned Flanders. Ron Swanson, wearing his red shirt. And Lalo Salamanca from Breaking Bad. I think we're going to try to wake him up and feed him a little bit of real food. And then we're going to go walk the neighborhood, see if we can go. I'm just so excited because last year Halloween sucked because it was super lockdown time. I have him in this little dinosaur shirt because I'm like, well, if he really refuses to put the little ghost outfit on, it's okay. I'll just say that he's a dinosaur. Oh, look at this.
Here. I have some food for you.
You don't want to wear your costume? Oh, no? Okay. Maybe we'll ask again in a minute. Already taking his candy out of the bucket. Oh, one for me? Thank you. Oh, you want to open it? Ask Daddy to help. I also really love how kids will just hold their candy for ages and like not even realize that they're holding it and have it in their hands.
Sure. Hey. You go up and knock on it. Knock on it. Here, come with me. Hey, hey. Come knock on the door.
Go knock, knock, knock.
You wanna go with Mom? Did a skeleton open the door?
Yummy. Oh, so sweet. I feel so alive. Something about getting handfuls of free candy, man. It's the best. I will say though, it's really interesting because I feel like the people to house with candy ratio is pretty off. In the US, you go out to most houses and they have some sort of candy, whereas here, most of them do not, and then ones that are decorated and you can go to get candy. It's slim pickings. It's really fun though. I'm enjoying myself. We're all having a good time. There are just so many people out and about, at least on this street. It's like crazy busy. Another thing, apparently, we overheard somebody saying this is one of the busiest streets for trick-or-treating. There's a ton of people. And yeah, most of the houses have already run out of candy, even though it's like 6 o'clock. I love lollipops so much. He's been eating one piece of candy this whole time because I was like, oh, how am I gonna say no to a bunch of candy to him? Like I have a basket full. Haven't needed to. He's still nursing that one sucker. You have a bigger smile than he does. We got distracted by the park. That's a line to get candy. Insanity.
There's lots of kids. Like flies to a dung heap. Use your feet. Use your feet. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. You got some water?
That is our haul. It's pretty sad. We learned some valuable lessons though. Go out earlier and avoid the busy streets because you walk down the quiet streets and they're just like so happy to see people. So they're like, oh, take more, take more. But it's also funny because Billy grabbed like a small bag because I was like, William's gonna fill this up in no time. Like we need a bigger bag to dump it into. And so we got this small bag and I was like, no, we need a bigger bag. Because our experience always trick-or-treating is like you get so much candy. But this was so much fun. We had a really good time. And now it is bedtime, so it's definitely, we gotta go. I think I'm gonna close the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.